Welcome back to Tac Tac Toys with Film. So we've just had Pulsecon 2023. I've done another video. No script this time, I'm just going to wing it. So let's talk about Pulsecon. So here is obviously the Spider-Man No Way Home wave. A great looking wave. A bit of a slim offering from Black Series, only 2 figures. And my God, G.I. Joe Classified. Oh, what a lot to talk about. So let's get into it on Tac Tac Toys with Film. This is obviously Retro Duke and Scarlet. So yeah, I mean, overall, for me personally, the start of Pulsecon was a little bit lackluster. You know, I'm not a big Transformers or Power Rangers fan. Star Wars was okay, but it really ramped up and got exciting when the Marvel Legends and G.I. Joe teams put on what they had to display. Remember, this video is not for kids, so Doc Ock wants me to get into it. So, all right, without further ado, Doc, let's talk about it. So here we got Glam Rock Namor, looking quite good. A nice update for anyone who may not have had one of the previous versions of Namor. It's been a while, or Namor. And we got his cousin, Namorita. Now, obviously, we'd have liked to probably have her in the green sort of New Warriors look. But Dan, I think from the team, Dan Young did hint that might be coming. We obviously got Black Panther here. Now, we have had Black Panther recently on the Vulcan Buck. This is another one. This is more like the Toy Biz one from previously. And Power Princess. So the final member of the Squadron Supreme. Justice, of course, from the New Warriors. Here on display. And so you can build out your New Warriors a bit further. The Vision, which is shown here. Yeah, so again, a nice looking Vision. Really, the colours really pop on this Vision. Crystar, which is a bit of an unusual one. Kind of, you know, basically a sort of unusual character, or kind of a more obscure character, doing his best He-Man and Conan pose there. So yeah, we've got obviously Crystar as well, and it's quite a sort of mixed wave of different characters. Now, of course, the builder figures, the Void, so you've got the Sentry, who's the good version of the character, and the Void, who's the bad version of the character. This does look like an excellent builder figure, really nice, all in sort of translucent plastic, so great for photography options. You know, if you put a light behind it. Let me know which characters from this wave you want to pick up and which you want to avoid. There we go, doing some Marvel Legends jokes on the video. And here's the Spider-Man No Way Home wave from Marvel Legends. Now, obviously, we've got Tom Holland in the sort of final scene suit. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's kind of the classic suit, basically, the classic comic book suit. We've got Tobey Maguire, and they come with unmasked heads. That may be a good or a bad thing depending on your stance if you've picked up the 3-pack already. If you haven't, obviously this is an excellent sort of addition. You can get the single releases. I think the Andrew Garfield head sculpt might actually be the best head sculpt out of all of them. But yeah, really good. They're on blister cards, which is a bit unusual with no builder figure. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if you haven't got the 3 Spider-Men, this is your chance to pick them up again with unmasked heads. If you've got the pack already, you may be a bit disappointed. Here's MJ in her granny sweater doing some action poses, which is a little odd. Here's a very good lawyer, aka Matt Murdock, with the brick that's thrown through the window saying "We support Mysterio" or "Mysterio is right." That's a nice little accessory. Of course, here's Sandman. So yeah, if you wanted a MCU, well, it is technically MCU now, but a Fox or MCU Sandman, here you go. You've got that option with sort of grabbing hands, great for toy photography. So yeah, here's the sort of Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, which we'll see in a minute, and there's the unmasked head of Tobey Maguire. Andrew Garfield unmasked head, which again does look very good. I think it's probably the best one out of 3. And of course the Tom Holland Spider-Man. And like I say, you know, you might be mixed about this. If you've bought the 3-pack already, you might be a bit disappointed that they've re-released these figures. But if you didn't get the 3-pack, this is an excellent opportunity to pick them up again. And so it's a really good wave, a really solid wave. And of course, going from the heroes, which are all shown here, we were given 2 villains. Now, it was no surprise that we got to see the No Way Home Green Goblin, the Norman Osborn Green Goblin. That was leaked, as you might have seen in my previous video. There were pictures that were leaked, and the Hasbro Marvel Legends team did make a nice sort of joke about the fact that no one had seen it before, because obviously they're being sarcastic because it had been leaked. And we're going to see him any minute now with the official photos. There we go. So yeah, it does look like a really good release, and it's not too bad a price actually. Sort of in the UK, it comes to about £49 on the independent sites. So yeah, not a bad price really. And here's Doc Ock with bendable wire tentacles. And again, I actually think he's probably even better out of the 2 releases. So And a lot of people are big fans of the second Spider-Man film. So this is a great release to add to your collection if you are an MCU collector. Then, you know, you've got some great additions there. And there was the fan vote for the Red Widow, which is a member of the Winter Guard, I believe. Here's, yeah, the Green Goblin with his Spider-Man 1 mask on. And then Detroit Steel, which is like the Pulsecon exclusive. Not sure how you feel about that, but let me know in the comments below. And let me know what you want to pick up and what you want to avoid. Do that little joke again. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to smash the like button, comment and subscribe so you don't miss any of my content. And here we go with the Black Series reveals. Now, they were a bit slim. We have these two characters from the Ahsoka show. They're obviously the villains of the show. Can't exactly remember the name. I know this character's name's Balin. Didn't mean to do the research beforehand, but you know, just on the fly. It does probably say it there in the video, but this is sort of the Master, and the other one's the Apprentice. I think the Ahsoka show is really good. Obviously, you know, you may have watched it yet, may not have watched it yet. I've got a bit of catching up to do, but it does seem like there's going to be plenty more characters to come, hopefully in Black Series. And again, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to smash the like button. Feel free to comment and subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming content. And then for me, the main event, G.I. Joe Classified. So first off, we had an updated Big Boa, and he looks absolutely excellent. We have Airborne here. Of course, Airborne is coming in with the Dragonfly with the Night Force version. Here's a Marvel sort of related character, Quick Kick, because he did debut against Shang-Chi in an old Marvel comic. They sparred together. Here's Mutton Junkyard. Here's Retro Scarlet. And of course, Retro Recondo and Retro Duke is coming up. And the Retro line will actually be a main line now, so it should be available at all retailers, not just at Pulse. And we'll have thicker, stronger card backs. So here's the Techno Viper. Here's Metalhead, who's quite a sort of, from the DIC cartoon, quite a sort of, you know, quirky character. So he's packed with accessories. He's going to be deluxe. And then for me, what was really exciting was the 60th anniversary. So here's the Soldier and the Diver. And that's great for anyone who is a former serviceman who may want to pick these up. And then, of course, the pre-orders. So we've got Shockwave here. Here's the packaging for Shockwave. We've obviously got Helix, Agent Helix. And then we've got General Hawk coming up. And we've got the two Dreadnoks. So that's Buzzer and Ripper. So, yeah, I mean, that's the packaging. These are available to pre-order now from all the independents. And, of course, Hasbro Pulse. Although they've sold out a few of them on Hasbro Pulse. So you may want to go to the independents if you still want to pick any of these up. And, yeah, it was just a really strong offering. As General Hawk thinks under fire there, a really strong offering from G.I. Joe Classified. So here's some photos of the pre-orders. Here's Shockwave. Shockwave's a former SWAT officer who joined G.I. Joe. And he's got a removable hat, and here he is in some action poses. I believe Helix is a former FBI agent. She's from the IDW comics, as far as I'm aware, and she joins G.I. Joe. And they really have put her in some excellent poses here as well. Yeah, I mean, some of the renders, some of the upcoming figures look great as well. Big Boa, obviously there was meant to be a Rocky Balboa figure in the original line, so they went ahead with Big Boa. And Quick Kick, like I say, he fought Shang-Chi in the Marvel comics. So he's technically a Marvel legend if you wanted to add him into another collection. But yeah, looking at Agent Helix here, they put her in some great poses. And she's got detachable blades, which is quite good as well, quite nice. And here's General Hawk, yeah, on field duty. Now, Lenny from the Hasbro G.I. Joe team said he wanted the General Hawk to look like a Second World War soldier with the sort of, you know, the jacket. That's kind of like those flight pilot jackets from the Second World War. So that's General Hawk. And here's the two Dreadnoks. Now, the Dreadnoks were initially came out at the time of Mad Max, and they were sort of inspired by the Mad Max films. So obviously got a post-apocalyptic look. Here's Buzzer. And yeah, and then we're going to see Ripper in a minute. Now, of course, all we need is Monkey Wrench, Torch, and then Road Pig, and I can't remember Zartan's male cousin, but Zartan's male cousin, we've obviously got Zarana to finish off the Dreadnoks in essence. Yeah, so here's the second Dreadnok, Ripper. Get the names confused, but Ripper, yeah, and he's looking. I mean, you can tell Lenny really has a passion for the Dreadnoks because he's really gone all out on them. But I mean, all the sort of reveals look absolutely excellent. For me, G.I. Joe was the winning, you know, panel with Marvel Legends a close second. And if you want somewhere to display your Dreadnoks and Zartan, Codename Iowa is making a sort of cardboard swamp hut of Zartan's headquarters, essentially. A bit like the Extreme sets. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the Extreme sets, which are on Props and Replicas and Big Bad Toy Store, which are kind of for your photography. They're doing a 4-inch scale and a 6-inch scale, so obviously 6-inch scale one would be for the classified. Here's classified Zartan in the actual hut. So yeah, if you wanted to display it on your shelf, or say any photography options, you've got this sort of Project Iowa, and there is going to be a read up. I'll try and sort of get a read up and put it in the comments below so you can see it. I'm not sure where this will be available online. I know it's going to be available. It's a gear kit. They're called gear kits. I believe they are planning to do a Crimson one for the Crimson Twins. And speaking of the Crimson Twins, of course, they were another Pulsecon exclusive with the Baroness and their Crimson Strike Force. Here they are next to Party and Destro, forget what he's called exactly, Pimp Daddy Destro or something like that. So let me know from what from G.I. Joe you want to pick up or avoid. And yeah, for great YouTube channels, feel free to check out Dan Who Reviews for all the latest Marvel Legends news and reviews, with co-host Rich M, Turtles and Tea with Tanner. Yeah, talking all the latest Turtles news, and Joe's and Juice with myself, Dan, our host, and Mini Plastic Multiverse, talking all the latest G.I. Joe news and Action Force Valaverse. And of course we are going to cover Pulsecon at some point in the future. And for action figure reviews in the UK, feel free to check out Jay's Toy Collection UK. He actually did a live stream on Pulsecon. I was on that live stream, so I'll put a link to that live stream in the comments below. And for action figure toy hunts stateside, in Target and beyond, check out Miguel and the Wolfpack Toy Review. So yeah, he's doing a live stream here and there. He's recently looked at the Cobra Trouble Bubbles and the Cobra Valkyries. I'll put a link to his channel in the comments below. For action figure reviews in Ireland, feel free to check out Brian's action figure reviews. And feel free to check out Agent Z-Man. And of course you can check out Big Will, Pixels and Plastic. And for all the latest pop music covers, you can check out Elson Official Music. And feel free to check out Austin the Hero of Collectors. And again, I'm going to put links to all these YouTube channels in the comments below. And for Mythic Legions, Cosmic Legions, and all sorts of toy photography tips and tricks, feel free to check out Trevor the 1/6 Shooter. And you can, of course, check out Why So Serious Toys. And again, for toy photography tips and tricks, you can check out Photo Dave and Toy Pics. And you can check out the 3POA podcast for action figure chat and pop culture discussion. They're there on a weekly basis as well. They'll no doubt have some stuff to say probably regarding Pulsecon and give their thoughts on it. You can check out Cypher Sigma for film reviews and toy pickups, and you can check out the Infinity Equation again with Dante for action figure chat and pop culture discussion. And if you want to check out my video on the Crimson Vipers, which I picked up from Kapow Toys, I'll put a link for that video in the comments below, so they're currently still available on Kapow Toys. And speaking of Kapow Toys, for all the latest G.I. Joe classified releases, they go straight on up on Kapow Toys. And you can also check out Comics and Cocktails, and feel free to check out Props and Replicas, and you can check out Star Action Figures, and why not check out the whole shebang. And you can also check out Valaverse.com for all your Action Force needs. So yeah, and you can check out Gobsmack Comics. And again, I'll put links for all these excellent UK online independent retailers and of course the excellent Valaverse in the comments below. And you can check out In Demand Toys. And feel free to check out all the cool stuff. And of course you can check out Invincible Toys. And I'll put a link to their futuristic combat soldiers as well in the comments below. And finally, you can check out Film and TV Review for the latest film and TV reviews. And as I say, I'll put a link for everything in the comments below. So yeah, that's my video on Pulsecon. Just winged it without a script. Getting used to this now, and just turned the camera on and started talking and see what we come up with. But many thanks for watching. Your support makes these videos possible as always. And until next time, make sure you enjoy those flicks and figs.